Hi, y'all. First and foremost, I did get my steps today. I walked 16,349 steps. Um, hey, Christina. Um, I don't know why. Uh, I actually feel really teary. Finding out that Hayden had passed away. It's interesting. I don't know which folks like. Oh my word. Okay. I didn't expect that. I don't know what it is. Maybe because she's only 36. Maybe because I saw like an interview she had with uh it was just shocking, I think. Um and I'm such a crier, and I didn't know that I was just going to cry in the first few seconds of this, but really didn't expect that. Hi Prish. Hey Carrie Bruce, hey Gelth. Um Hi GA015-S. Hey Kenny. Yeah, GA says so surprised, didn't expect it. Hi Deborah. Um you said this absolutely breaks my heart to hear this. I didn't expect this rather. Yeah. Hi Pam. Um so I don't know. I didn't expect to be emotional. I don't know, they haven't said how she passed away. So it's like I feel bad because I know she had processed even her brother's death, her parents like having. So I did not. Wow. So oh my word, I didn't expect it to actually hit me in a particular way. It's not like I'm. It's not like I was like a fan necessarily. Like it's not like, oh, I must watch things that she does. I loved her and Remember the Titans, and I was a big Heroes. Like I loved Heroes, that show. I mean, I if it wasn't for the writer strike, I think that that Heroes could have kept on going and be a well written show. But when the writer strike happened, like they totally ruined that show. But that show could have been something special, you know. Um, Hi Milwaukee Talkie. Um, yeah, Milwaukee. I actually first saw it on Katie and KC. It was just Katie and KC looking at the TMZ like announcement of it, and it was so hard to process that I had to Google it and make sure it was real because I mean obviously I didn't think Katie would put up something that she hadn't already vetted, but like I was just in shock. Um, it's I mean whenever somebody super young passes away, and her brother died suddenly, and so I was wondering if it's like a hereditary thing with her heart, or if it's something else. um GA015-S says, I know what you mean. I liked Ice Princess and Bring It On. Now, so I had never watched Ice Princess, but somebody said we lost both Ice Princess, so I don't know what the I remember now who might be the other Ice Princess. Was that what was her name? Was it she was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Um was that the other Ice Princess? Oh my word, why am I blanking on her name? All of a sudden. Oh gosh. Um Milwaukee's Talkie said my husband was just watching Remember the Titans and we were talking about how young she was. Yeah. Christina said big Heroes fan. Prish says my heart just sung WTF. Yeah. Pam said I just rewatched Heroes. My kid is watching it with me. And Trish says what? I know. Um yeah. I mean, Garth Walker, we don't know the cause of death yet. I don't know. I hope that's not the reason either. I don't think it is. I feel like she was just getting out of it in the other side. You know what I mean? Of a lot of things. I mean, Kira Lindsay 5885. Thank you for saying the name and hello. Yeah, Michelle Trachtenberg. That's right. I think that's the other ice princess. So yeah. Um oof. Christina says she struggled with addiction as well. Yeah. And I mean, I saw some of her things, and so I thought it might, I mean, I wanted to I wanted to go through some of her some of her like things, her latest interviews and stuff. Um but the one that I really wanted to see is we can't do because it's over 2 hours long, so that's not going to happen. Um, and I don't think I've seen even the full 2 hours of that interview, but there are interviews. There's this one right now. There's from CBS News. She talks about growing up in the spotlight. There were no boundaries. Um, and also one where she talks about personal trauma in her new memoir. Um, yeah, she does have a daughter. Hi G7NDRX. Just found out she died from you. OMG, does anyone know what happened? Not yet. They haven't. They haven't. They haven't publicly announced the reason yet. Gelth Walker said, "I'm just thankful friendship with a few of you have stopped me going that route, and for that I'm grateful." Oh my word, Gelth Walker, I'm so thankful that you have found folks here that has kept you going, because you know, I had a friend. I mean, I have a friend. I have a friend. And sometimes she jokingly says, like, I told you I'd stay for you or something like that or whatever. But like, I mean, she jokingly says it, but not really jokingly, some ways, sometimes. Um, but yeah. CatCast 2873 Hibachi, what's going on with Hayden? She passed away, Cat. She passed away. And I'm just in sheer shock. Hi, Cammy Danny. Christina and Khaleesi are the main two for that, said Gelth Walker. I'm so glad that Christina and Khaleesi have been there for you, Gelth Walker. I don't know if I want to see, like, I don't know how I want to I don't know how I want to do this particular. I just want to process a little bit. I don't know how to process it. And I don't know um why I'm I'm in some ways it is just my nature to be super emotional, I suppose, but I definitely, when I started this live, I didn't think I was going to start crying immediately. It just hits in a different way, I think. Um, Christina said for 36, she went through so much, and Kat wants to know how botchy. We don't know yet, is what Christina said. It just happened. Yeah, we don't know yet. They haven't said. Hi, Kelsey. OMG, I just started watching Heroes like 2 weeks ago. Such a great show. Such a great show. Somebody put in the comment section, oh my word, why is this? uh, that I'm so okay. Somebody wrote in the comments, "Save the cheerleader, save the world." And if anybody watched Heroes, you know what that means. And I I don't know why that gets me emotional, and I think it's because like I don't know. It's so sad when you watch somebody really try to claw out of a bad situation, and you think there's like hope on the other side, and then I don't know. It's so weird. I don't. A part of me feels like my response is higher than I feel like I expect. And so a part of me is like, is this like what are these tears for? It can't be just for Hayden, but it might be. It just might be for what it stands for. She was so young. And it's hard to know what causes someone to cry. Like a part of me is like, this is way too high of an emotion, no response. For someone like I don't know. Again, like I didn't like watch everything that she did. I wasn't a person that like I was a big fan of like Heroes. I really did love that show. But I like a part of me feels like so it feels so weird for me to be this emotional. I don't know. I didn't expect that again. I just wanted to talk to y'all about it, and then suddenly I'm all up in tears. Um, okay. Whew. Christina said, "It's part of our youth gone, Bocce. It is okay to be emotional." Kira Lindsay 5885 said, "For all who have been in the pit, I'm glad you're still here." Kat said, "It is pretty sad, so young, and she left a daughter. I feel for her family." Hi, the Millie Grace. We don't know yet what happened. We don't know how she passed. Um, G7NDRX said, "I remember seeing her on the movie Bring It On and being so jealous of how beautiful she was." Um, oh, I do remember which Bring It On y'all are talking about. Okay, I do. Was it it was the sequel, right? Um, Hi, Dan. Dan, he said, because there is an active open investigation, police and emergency officials are currently withholding specific information. Kat, who found her? I don't. I actually haven't read. Maybe that's the first thing we can do is read an article. I actually haven't read. I just I just saw I just saw it the news, and so I didn't actually read anything yet. I didn't expect it. Hi, Kiara. Um, hi, hello, also Lark 3029. You said, "I was just thinking of watching Heroes again earlier today. She was younger than me. This is sad and scary at the same time. I feel like I have so much time left, but maybe I don't." Um, Totally understandable, Gelf Walker. Do what's best for your mental health. Um, so it says actor Hayden Panettiere, known for roles in Heroes, Nashville, dies at 36. Story by Dennis Romero, 49 minutes ago. Actor Hayden Panettiere has died. Her father said in a statement Sunday night she was 36. "It is with profound sadness that we share the tragic passing of our beloved Hayden," her father said in a statement provided by her representatives. The cause and manner of death were not provided. Panettiere revealed this year that she struggled with postpartum depression and addiction, which she said led to her decision to give up custody of her only child, daughter Kaya Evdokia Klitschko. I'm sorry for butchering the name there. In 2018, whom she had with former partner, is it Vladimir Klitschko, the Ukrainian professional boxer. Panettiere recently published a memoir, This Is Me, A Reckoning, which generated headlines over its revelations, including about her past relationships. In 2024, she described pain and grief after her younger brother died unexpectedly of an undiagnosed heart condition the previous year. When you lose somebody that you saw in all the important moments in your life standing right next to you, it just rocks your world, she told NBC's Today Show. Panettiere started working at 11 months when she appeared in television commercials. According to her Television Academy bio, she appeared on soap operas including One Life to Live and Guiding Light beginning at age 4. Her voice was featured in A Bug's Life, the animated feature, and she eventually appeared in big screen stories including Remember the Titans and Bring It On, All or Nothing. One of her most impactful roles was as Juliet Barnes on television's Nashville. Before that, she was Claire Bennet on the 2000 show Heroes. She was an incredible light and a force of nature who brought immeasurable love and joy to all who knew her and to the millions who watched her on screen, her father said. Um, Christina said 988 Lifeline is an easy to remember 3-digit number that anyone in the USA can call to receive support when experiencing a suicidal, mental health, and or substance use related crisis. Kelsey says our hearts can hold a lot. It's okay. I cried too when Naya Rivera died. Cammy Danny said maybe heart condition like her brother. I wonder that too because it's hereditary. Like I would feel like that could be a hereditary thing. It's a possibility. Hi Sandy Jean. You said praying for her daughter. Bocce, don't worry about being emotional. That's exactly how I was when my girl Brittany Murphy passes away. Oh yeah, that was also quite a sad one. Milwaukee says, Bocce, I'm an emotional person too and often have a hard time explaining or understanding why. But at the end of the day, it just means you care. This is true. Actually, when I watched Hayden's interview, and there's a particular there's a there's a so my when my friend lost her brother, and when I lost my friend Chad, when I saw Hayden's interview, I sent it to her, and I said I heard her share this, and it made me think of you. And I think it's this one. Is this one made me think about it? Made me think of my friend because this is exactly how my friend felt about the loss of her brother.
Losing my little brother, there's nothing like. I mean, he was my only sibling, and he was my younger sibling, and it was my job to protect him. And when I lost him, I felt like I lost half of my soul. I remember saying to somebody, and it hadn't even been a year, and I was like, don't ever, ever expect me to get over the loss of him, because no matter how many years go by, he will always be beside me, and it will always be, I will always be heartbroken about it. I will never be able to get over it.
Yeah. And so I remember watching that clip, and I sent that to my the Chad's sister and said, I feel like this is how you feel about Chad, and I don't think you ever get over it, you know? I mean, she had a hard life. I also wonder what is it Milo or Milo? I wonder how he's processing it. I mean, even though they had broken up a long time ago, you know, I'm sure that this is a shock to him too, hearing about this. Doesn't matter, like, if somebody mattered to you at one point in your life, you know? The Millie Grace says first her child, then her brother. That's too much. Poor lady. I've been crying a lot lately. So much happening daily. Kenny said, I hate when they use the word dead. It feels harsh to me. Christina said, it sounds like she was trying to build back a relationship with her daughter as well. So sad. Hi, Jessica Luna, 4183. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I don't know how to go about processing this. A part of me is like, do I want to relive some of like her older stuff, like, you know, heroes. Yeah, I'll just put Claire. This is like one of my, like, it was such a great show, y'all's. Like, talk about, like, I wish now that hits different. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know. Maybe this one. I forgot this is her dad. I mean, on the show. I forgot they oh, I didn't I didn't realize for some reason I may have forgotten that. The Millie Grace said, I really hope it's not self-inflicted. I hope it isn't either. I mean, again, because her brother had passed away suddenly because of a heart thing. I mean, it may have been that, you know. Kat said, I feel for her parents. They lost a son and now a daughter. Yeah. I don't know how much I can watch of a clip, though. I never know with these things. I'm just going to play a
Back to school is
5 second.
back, and with Walmart's must-haves, you can check off everything on their list.
Even a Huntrix backpack?
You tell me. With a fit this sharp, they can cut the lunch line.
All this?
All at Walmart prices? Oh, no.
Knowledge is power.
That one was a whole commercial, huh?
But that's your power, isn't it?
No. I heal, but I always feel everything. It hurts the same as it would for anyone else, but not this time. It seemed to help last time I made a tape.
You know what? I can't. I just realized, if you ever watched Heroes, she can't die. And so she does all these things to in this scene. I just realized that, and I realized I can't watch that because that's going to trigger a different emotion in me. So I actually can't watch that right now. So I don't know, y'all. I don't even know if I don't know what to do for the rest of this live. I heard about it and was just like, I want to process this, but I don't know. I don't know. It might be I might end this live and I do a different live about a different topic, because I don't, it's a lot. It's a lot for me to process. But I don't even know what I want to talk about if I did end this live and start a new one. I mean, I guess on a positive note, nothing to do with Hayden. Is the new post by Justin, and him being in Ireland. So, the Millie Grace says too soon, maybe. Yeah. GA015 said I had forgotten that she came out in Malcolm in the Middle too. I don't recall. The Millie Grace said I just found your channel today and appreciate your authenticity. Oh, thanks, Millie Grace. And GA015-S says do what's best for you too. Thanks. I don't know. Yeah, I think I think what I will do is probably end this live and do something else. I'm thankful for those that came in to kind of process this with me. I think it's always hard. Death is always difficult, but it's when somebody's so young, you know. Hi, Allie. You said I'm listening to her audiobook. So sad. She seemed to have an underlying sadness. Yeah. Goddess 4582. Hello. You said WTF. Yeah. Goddess. I mean, when I saw it, I was just like, what? Like, I don't know. Kiara said young and unexpected. Yeah. So that's why I feel like I don't have anything additional to contribute to this conversation because it is new and it is raw and I guess because we don't know the cause of it, it's like it could be a myriad of things. Either way, it's like a tragedy. It's always hard when somebody's younger than me. It's there's something in our brains that goes no, and I'm sure their parents are feeling this too. Where it's like they expect to be the one that is buried. They don't expect to bury both children. I mean, I think there's only two of them. So I think both passed away. And so for the parents to process that grief and that loss, hi, Palms by the Sea. I think that's the thing. It's like I feel for her parents. I feel for her daughter. And it's sad because, it's like you root for somebody to get to the other side of certain things, Palms by the Sea said, so heartbroken by this news. Yeah. So I don't know. Kat said, exactly, as a parent, you never want to bury your children. Yeah. I think that's always I mean, whenever there's somebody who's younger than me that passes, it's like, that thing of like, how do some people get to live much longer lives than others, Like, why is, like, I mean, certain things, like, I don't know. It's just, yeah. Ali said yes, and her daughter, her book is so good. I'm like almost to the end, and now can't imagine listening to the end. Yeah. Christina said yes, one sibling, survivor's guilt, and Palms by the Sea. I really hoped her life was turning around. Her book was very good and sad. I recommend it if anyone hasn't read it. What was it called again? I think I said the name of the book when I was reading, but I can't remember off the top of my head now. Oh, y'all. I remember there was an event that had happened. I was a co-chair for an employee resource group, um, and there had been an event that had happened where people had lost their lives, and and so we created a space for people for like an hour. And y'all's like, we literally sat and like the majority of the time in that hour, like we literally sat in silence, but nobody left early. And I don't know if it was just the act of like sitting together and like there were no words we could offer. Like we didn't know what to say, you know? So we just kind of just all sat there. But we were together. And it was kind of beautiful in its own way because nobody did leave. Like we didn't feel the need to always like fill up the space with conversation. There was like a safety in just being able to like process, you know? Palms by the Sea said, "This is Me, A Reckoning" is the name of the book. G7NDRX said she was dating a guy named Brian Hickerson, and he had been arrested before for abusing her. I think she was still dating him too. Like right now, she was still. I mean, she was still dating him at her when she had passed. Palms by the Sea said, "I saw the rep from TMZ said she was just with her ex. They're always on again, off again." Oh my word. That's scary too. I mean, there's so again, I you know, whether they let us, it's at the end of the day, like the family should know the details. I'm thankful that nobody has announced what the reason is, because you never want to, as a family, you never want to one read it in the newspaper along with the rest of the world. Like they should know first, and also they can make that decision if they ever share. In a lot of ways, maybe I don't know. It's like it's kind of a weird, like, you know, I don't know. G7NDRX said, yes, she flew south with Brian Hickerson on Saturday, August 15th, the day before she died. Oh. Palms by the Sea said her birthday's just a few days away, too. The Millie Gray said, I just placed her book on hold at my library. Had no idea she wrote a book. Yeah, she had just been, I think 2 months ago, she had started like doing promotions for it to let folks know about it. I mean, they said it's an open investigation. Is that a terminology you would use typically for, I don't know. Pam said, isn't Hickerson the one that was abusive? I don't know any history in regards to that. So, but that's what folks are saying in the chat. I don't know who this person is, so I have to Google this. Oh, he was the one with her when her brother had passed away. It looks like. I see it now. It says, who was Hayden Panettiere's boyfriend? Hayden's on and off again boyfriend was Brian Hickerson, and he flew with a Scream actress out of Los Angeles the day before she died. Panettiere, 36, died on Sunday, August 16, 2026. Her father confirmed to ABC News the cause of death is not clear, although some details are emerging. According to TMZ, Hickerson was Panettiere's on and off again boyfriend. She died without ever having taken a husband, although she did have a daughter with a previous fiance. Hickerson dated Panettiere on and off for 4 years, from 2018 to 2022. ABC4 reported Hickerson was arrested multiple times during the course of the relationship, and in 2021, he was sentenced to 45 days in prison for domestic violence. Hickerson spoke previously about the arrest. Man, I mean, I think it speaks for itself. He told TMZ, I got arrested for, abusing her, and I wouldn't blame her friends for being pissed off at me. He spoke out after Hayden detailed the relationship in her memoir. Hayden's book's incredible, he said, according to ABC6. I think it's great. I think everyone should read it. The domestic violence stuff, my chapter. And so it's an odd thing to say. Like, okay, that's interesting. I mean, the domestic violence stuff, my chapter. Everybody should read it. He didn't deny his behavior. You got to be vulnerable, and I did it. I did it. The day before she died, the actress and Hickerson flew out of LA and went south, TMZ reported, although it's not clear where they were going. Sources tell us Brian's family is aware. TMZ said, apparently referring to the death of the Remember the Titans actress. Some sites refer to Hickerson as Panettiere's ex-boyfriend. Hickerson and Panettiere were photographed together in 2023 at the celebration of life for her brother, who died of heart issues at the age of 28. Panettiere left behind a daughter with another man. The girl is named Kaya. And she was the actress's child with former fiance and former heavyweight boxing champion, Vladimir, I think, Klitschko. Hayden's death was confirmed by her dad. It is with profound sadness that we share the tragic passing of our beloved Hayden, her representative said in a statement obtained by ABC News. She was an incredible light and a force of nature who brought immeasurable love and joy to all who knew her and the millions who watched her on screen. Hi, Red Woman 6631. The Red Woman 6631 said, I feel so bad for her mom and daughter. I feel bad for her dad too. Palms by the Sea said, do overdoses have open investigations too, just to make sure no foul play? I'm not sure how it works. Yeah, I'm not sure either. Red Woman 6631 said, may her soul find peace. Christina said, I think pretty much any situation will be investigated. Pam said, at any home death has an investigation. Hi, Echo. Hi, Lord Bear Me Strength. You said, I'm about 20 minutes behind, but I had to say you're so pure of heart, Bocce. I really appreciate how genuine you are every time I catch your live streams. Thank you, Lord Bear Me Strength. Hey, buckle up, Buttercup. Yeah. So, I mean, I think out of respect for her family, I think it's easy when we don't know the details. I think it's easy for folks to want to start guessing what it could be. And it's like, sometimes that could be more painful and hurtful. It's not like her family would be going online right now. It's like the worst thing you can do. As you're like grieving, it's like, I don't know. It's such a weird, It's such a weird thing. I mean, today I was trying to find something on my Facebook, and I don't go on Facebook unless I absolutely have to. I actually had my Facebook deactivated for years, but when Chad passed away, I reactivated it so I could see old photos of him. I used to go to his grave every month after his passing, and I haven't been to his grave for months now. And I was scrolling through my Facebook, and I saw a video of me the month after he had passed, and I was bawling, and I was just like, it's such an interesting thing, grief and losing somebody. Like, there was a point in time in my life where I just didn't know if I was going to be able to function again, but now I do, and there's just this weird feeling of like, I hope you don't think I've forgotten about you, because I haven't, kind of thing. It's like, it's a weird feeling of like life continuing, and yet wanting, like, not wanting him to think that there isn't a moment I don't like. Of course he's passed, so it's not like he's thinking that, but it's just me thinking that, like, I don't want to forget about him. Not that I ever will, but like before, it's like I couldn't function, I couldn't function. And I can't imagine again, like, how her parents, that's got to be the worst for parents. Oh my word. Palms by the Sea said, I loved Ice Princess. Both her and Michelle Trachtenberg make me so sad. Yeah. Hi, Carol. Christina said, we will get more info as they release it. We should try not to fill in the gaps without much more info, in my opinion. Agree wholeheartedly, Christina. I think it's kind of like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the desire for mystery and figuring things out. I mean, it's an interesting thing too. Like, I'm not watching the Lindsay Clancy trial right now, so that's why I've not done anything on it on this channel, because I don't want to speak out of ignorance, because I haven't watched a trial. I haven't looked at things for myself. But I will say that my timeline is very split on TikTok, right? People coming from both sides of the issue and how they see it. And it's just interesting just to hear everybody's perspective without me having any perspective on it, because it's like, I don't know. But I guess the reason I bring that up is just that I think sometimes there is that desire of like putting things together in people's minds, trying to make sense of something that feels so senseless and sad. And yeah. Pam says cause of death will be released when the coroner is finished. Until then, it's just sad. And Carol said, I heard Hayden Panettiere called out a movie industry person for a mole sting here a few weeks ago, and now she's gone. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard. The Red Woman 6631 said Hollywood is full of monsters. Kenny said, can't always make sense of the senseless. No, we cannot. We definitely cannot. Buckle Up Buttercup said, sadly, don't even believe the police or medical examiner reports anymore. How come, Buckle Up? I mean, I suppose there's reasons. I mean, I don't know. It's, it's one of the hardest things, I think, when we become disillusioned. Like, one of the things I have had to fight in myself after the whole Blake Lively versus Wayfarer case is just, I have such a distrust for PR and for whatever. Like, I look at everything with such suspicion, but I try to remind myself that processing it, being critically thinking about something, is not like outright dismissing something. It's having some sort of like ability to process like why something is to be believed or not believed. That inherently is not necessarily like because of X, Y, and Z. I can't believe newspapers anymore. I can't believe, but there has been damage though there. It's kind of like people in AI. Somebody said we went from everybody like falling for AI to now thinking everything is AI. There's got to be like, I don't know. Anyways, and now I'm just going off on rabbit trails or rabbit whatever in my brain, so I better just stop that, because that's, I don't know. Kelsey said, the one live I want to stay but can't. Hope you can have a good night, Bocce. RAP to the cheerleader. Yeah, I mean, I still do think I'm probably going to do a separate live again, because I do want to talk about the Justin Baldoni post that he did put for Emily. So I'm going to end this one. I think I've hit a good stopping point here, and then I'm going to start a new one that talks about the Iceland trip that Justin and them had. Hi, Elisa. So anyways, so maybe some of you will join me for that one. Maybe not. Either way, have a good night. One more Maha moment. Hello, you said, I just read the news and it is so tragic. I immediately thought of how her parents have lost both of their children. Yep. Same Z's. All right, y'all. I'll see you hopefully for the other one as well. Bye.